Hi everyone. Today I will going to talk about common enterprise machine learning use cases like classification, NLP and RAG based tool purely from a QA perspective in a very simple way. So this is mainly about how QA fits into ML system and how our testing mindset changes when we test ML based application. So firstly, let's understand the context. In traditional application, QA usually check input, business rule, and they compare the actual output with the expected output. But in ML-based system, output are contingent. That means the system may give different output from for the same input. Result are based on the data pattern, not the fixed logic. So as a QA, our job is to not to expect perfection, but to ensure the system is reliable, safe and useful. So let's start with the classification model. Think of classification model as a yes or no decision. A very common real-time example is a fraud detection in banking. A transaction happen and model decide is this fraud or not. As QA, we don't test one transaction and say pass or fail. Instead, we ask question like, is the model catching most real fraud cases? Is it blocking genuine user to opt in? Or another question may be like, are high risk transactions being flagged properly? So real QA testing example are a small amount with the same location should not be flagged. Sudden high amount with the new country or new location should be flagged. Repeated failed transaction should be of higher risk. So for classification model, QA focuses on pattern and trend, not individual result. Next one is the NLP, natural language processing. NLP system deal with human-like language, which is never perfect. A very common enterprise example is the customer support chatbot. User may ask question like I can't log in, logging not working, not able to logging due to some error. Different sentence but having the same intent. As QA we test, can system understand the meaning, not the exact words? Can it handle spelling mistake? What happens if the input is unclear or incomplete? When QA are testing, then scenario can be like can't log in with incorrect spelling, should still understand this is a login issue. Help should ask a follow-up question. Irrelevant input should not crash or respond wrongly. Here QA validate understanding and response quality, not grammar or perfect wording. So now let's understand about RAG based tool. Very important in enterprise. RAG means retrieval augmented generation. In simple word, AI first searches company document or private document, then generate an answer. A real world example can be a HR policy chatbot. An employee asks, how many leaves do I get in a year? The system look into HR policy document and replies back with the answer. For QA, this is critical. We test, is the correct document picked? Is the answer matching with the document? Is the system avoiding made up information? Real QA scenarios may be ask question before and after policy update. Ask tricky question that may have partial data. Also, we can ask question which is not present in the document. QA responsibility here is to ensure right data goes in and right answer comes out. So what changed for QA in ML system? Traditional QA thinks in terms of pass or fail, exact output. ML based QA thinks in terms of confidence, coverage, risk, and reliability over time. We stop asking, is this output correct? And instead ask, is this behavior acceptable for the business? With this, we can have final thought as ML system will never be 100% perfect. There will always be edge cases and small errors, and that's totally fine. QA role is not to make ML perfect, but to make it trustworthy, stable, and safe for real user. If user can rely on system decision, then QA has done its job well.